Hello, welcome to Daybreak. I'm Susan Nasser is here with the village clerk for the village of Oxford, and Joe Young, your village manager, bring you the latest news and update and things happening in our village and in our community. So we had quite a weekend here recently with our Celebrate Lone Ranger event.
Yes, we did. It was hugely successful. We enjoyed every moment of it. I hope most people did too.
Yeah, there were a lot of people there. They were estimating 3,000 to 4,000 at least, they thought. So that's quite something for Oxford.
It was a great event, well attended. People on the parade were lined up both sides, having a great time, laughing.
And I know a lot of Lake Orion people were in the parade, and therefore they were there visiting our community. So that certainly helped a big with the crowd, and we're thankful to have the community relationship with Orion and Oxford. So that's great. Since we're only 3 miles apart, the villages are. So when you come out this way, just a little further is our great downtown and our community here. But one of the events we had, I know Susan, you worked on, was the Taste of Oxford.
The Taste of Oxford, that was a great success. We had quite a few businesses, restaurants serving up food. Lily's Diner was there. The brand new restaurant, Burning Oak, was there. Witches was there serving up great tasting sandwiches. Victoria was there. They had a nice fair over there. And DK Donuts were up there serving the donuts and the hamburgers on a donut. Yep,
So,
it was very successful.
Yep, I know. They're great food there, along with the entertainment we had right there by the gazebo. We had the 5th Michigan Regiment Band, which is the state of Michigan sesquicentennial certified or honored band. So they played Civil War music with their 18-piece band. So that was very exciting, along with 3 other local artists that performed during that time. Well, one of them was a group from Lapeer, the young musicians. There were 28 young up-and-coming artists that played for 2 hours.
They did.
Sang quite a raft of songs, and they were very much enjoyed. Then we had a couple of our other, again, local people singing, and we're looking forward to having more of our local talent on performing. So if you have anybody of interest or yourself, just give us a call, and we'll see what we can work out here. Because we do have our concerts in the park yet coming up scheduled
on Thursday.
Through August. We got 4 more, I guess now. So look forward to those on Thursday at 7 o'clock. But back to the Celebrate event. Of course, we had the Business Expo that the Chamber of Commerce put on. They had, I believe, over 40 businesses represented there. The Arts and Crafts display area that Jude Cunningham, the Women's Club, put together. I think they had over 20, 25, 30 vendors. And Megan Buckley did Kidstown this year, and that was a huge success.
That was huge success. All the children walking around with Lone Ranger masks.
And we want to thank Montana's Rib and Chop House for being the major sponsor for Kidstown. We want to also thank Genesis Credit Union for their sponsorship of the Celebrate Lone Ranger event, especially this year, along with the Oxford Leader and the Oakland Press. Both of them contributed towards the advertising, which helped bring in a lot of the people here. And speaking of advertising, I know we had the Ad Right Board south of town.
We did.
And I noticed that the Abacus Accounting Office sign in Lake Orion Village also promoted the parade. So we want to thank them for that and their sponsorship. So that was great. And then, of course, the parade was quite an event.
It was very, very successful.
And I know the OCTV is going to be rebroadcasting that once they edit it down. But we had approximately 60 entries.
There were stilt walkers and jugglers, and the Detroit Piston dance team was there.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Our Oxford Fire Department had a great presence there at the end.
Oh, yes.
Our DPW and our police were out there.
Yeah, all the local community fire departments were represented there.
Mm-hmm.
But we had a lot of antique vehicles, a lot of animals, horses. And,
llamas.
Yep, and donkeys and ponies, and dogs.
Dogs. It was spectacular.
So it was quite the show. I think everybody was very pleased to see how well the parade went. I want to thank Rod Charles, who was chairman of the Lone Ranger Parade Committee, and the events and activities of that whole committee, and all those who participated, including Mark Thurber, who's the Orion Township treasurer, who was very involved with it, along with all the different organizations in Orion and Oxford. So it was truly a community event with both Oxford and Orion, as we are known as the Lone Ranger Country. and of course Oxford being the home of the Lone Ranger. And one of the things we're going to be asking the Village Council to consider is having the name presented at our openings, our entrances to the village, where currently it says Sister City, Oxford, England, but really there were signs years ago that said Oxford, home of the radio Lone Ranger, Brace Beamer. So we're looking to see if we can bring that back, since it was a huge success and something we can identify with.
And the museum's still having the display of our Lone Ranger. They have quite a few showcases. So if you want to see a great display on Lone Ranger memorabilia, go to our museum.
And they're open on Friday nights now from 5 to 8 p.m. So we can go to the museum and grab a bite to eat downtown and maybe catch a movie.
And do some shopping.
So, right. And then they're open on Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday from 1 to 4. So Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday from 1 to 4, as well as the museum. So there's several hundred items on the Lone Ranger items that have been loaned out. Some of them, new items, were contributed by Bob Daniels, the grandson of Brace Beamer, who was in the parade. He came and he loaned in some items to the museum, so we're very pleased about that. And we're going to, of course, the museum's going to continue to look to expand that exhibit as times go on. So there's, like I say, there's quite an interest. Going back 80 years ago, it was the first broadcast of the radio Lone Ranger, so 80 years ago, and yet it's still very prominent in a lot of people's minds. Matter of fact, we had the county sheriff in the parade. Michael Bouchard was there, and the Mounted Patrol. I think they had 6 or 7 horses there, which was wonderful.
Brad Jacobson was in our parade.
All right, so had quite a group of people for our parade there. So we're happy about that, and like I said, they're going to be rebroadcasting that here on this channel, OCTV, soon. So I'm sure you'll take that in, and we're looking for a bigger and better parade next year.
We are.
So with that, we're going to close, and we'll be back to give you some more updates here in a few minutes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mark Young. I've been in the wonderful, authentic village of Oxford for 10 years, and you're watching OCTV.
Welcome back to Daybreak with Susan and Joe, and we got some other activities to take in this summer.
We do. Coming up shortly is going to be family movie night. It's going to be a night under the stars. It's going to be on Friday, August 16th at dusk, which could be somewhere around 8:30 or maybe a little later. And it's going to be Wreck-It Ralph. And if you are one of the first 100 people to go get the tickets at the Parks and Rec, you're going to be able to get a great T-shirt. So, and wear this at the movie Wreck-It Ralph. And this is brought to you by Tulin Sports and our Oxford Parks and Rec department.
Great.
So that's going to come up. There are other things that they have at the Parks and Rec. Call them at 628-1720.
So speaking of Parks and Rec, there's an Oxford Adventure Park that's being considered by Oakland County. And they've had a number of public meetings, and there's a couple of public hearings coming up based on the charrettes that they've had during July and the first week of August. And those public hearings are, the first one's August 13th at the Village Council meeting, which starts at 6:30, so that's at 22 West Burdick it's a Tuesday, August 13th. And the second one will be at Oxford Township Board meeting, which is at the Veterans Memorial Center, which is 28 North Washington, and that starts at 7 p.m. So the Township Board meeting, which is Wednesday, August 14th at 7 p.m. But the Adventure Park, as you see in the map, has quite a variety of activities, including the off-road vehicle, which they're trying to screen that noise and dust as much as possible in their proposed concept plan. And they're looking from these hearings to hopefully be able to get some testing of the noise and the dust so that we can proceed to consider this further. So there'll be an opportunity. There's equestrian trail. There's a natural preserve area, which I hear is quite something. There's going to be proposed disc golf or cross-country skiing. We got an adrenaline sports. I'm not sure what exactly that one is, but the water access, and they're looking at scuba diving, and of course the equestrian trail and their soccer fields. So these are all concepts that they're looking at.
And even there's going to be an area for the dog park.
Okay, cool.
So bring your
Everybody's
puppy
covered.
to the park.
Right. So anyway, those are public hearings, and we'll see how that progresses. It's a long-term project. They're just looking for community input, and it would be funded through the DNR. State DNR would purchase it, but it would be operated by the Oakland County Parks and Rec. And I know they've talked with the Oxford Parks and Rec about sharing facilities and services, so it'll be expansion to our programs for our own community, of course, and then it'll be quite a draw. We're talking 700-800 acres of property that's this whole park complex would be involved with, which is right across from the village, the northeast corner of the village that this property is at. So we're excited about that. And then
They're looking for all the input, so please come to those meetings on August 13th and 14th.
I guess maybe we'll jump to another opportunity here for you, looking to be involved in your community. At the parade, we had Pastor Lott's church, the House of His Presence, helped us coordinate and organize the parade. He had got his congregation to come up with about 10 people to help out, and they want to do community service and encourage anyone, whether it's individual or organization or churches, to help out in the community in a variety of ways, including events such as this. We do have the Scarecrow Festival coming up, and of course the December we have our Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade, and then our Sweet and Soup Stroll also is being planned. We also have individual opportunities to serve on boards and commissions, as well as these events, and we have some anticipated having a village council vacancy with Council President Tony Albenzi expected to leave soon according to the information he's provided.
Right.
So there'll be a vacancy on the council, and then there's always opportunities on the DDA, Downtown Development Authority Board, the Planning Commission has a vacancy, the Zoning Board of Appeals have vacancies. So there's lots of opportunities for you to be involved in your community. And for information, give Susan or myself a call at 248-628-2543, or you can check out the website, villageofoxford.org, for lots of information on there of things going on and opportunities, again, to serve your community and help things move forward and be involved and know what's going on. So with that, maybe we could talk a minute about what things are going on, since we had a planning commission meeting recently, and quite a development there is coming forward.
We did. Our Merge Studio that's right now in the downtown on South Washington is planning a move, and they're going to go on 27th Pleasant Street.
33, at the corner, right at the end of the bridge there, right. That's their plan. They got a couple more approvals to get, and they're hoping to be in there by the end of the year. But includes a parking lot, which is right next to the Pollyant Trail, which will be a public parking lot, so it'll be like a trailhead. And Kerry Collins, who owns and operates Merge Gallery, said that the outdoor seating area and the restrooms are available to the public, so users of the trail will have an opportunity to rest there at the trailhead, park and rest there, and of course take in what she's going to have with her art gallery. She has quite a variety of different art types, including photography and pottery, and
There's sewing, she has classes and workshops and birthday parties, and she's going to have a coffee shop. So
Right.
you can take in a little bit of the art gallery, have a coffee, or continue walking down the trail.
And I guess she's also looking to have some Zumba and dance classes
She
in
is.
there as well. So it's going to be an exciting time there to bring up what had been a vacant building for many, many years, and next to the trail, make it very vibrant there, right at the end of the bridge. So it's a great opportunity. Like I say, she's in the process of getting that finalized and approved. So that's going to be an exciting opportunity there by the bridge and the trail. And speaking of the trail, we're still looking for a trail manager. The Pollyant Trail Management Council will be considering applications and doing interviews over this next few weeks. So hopefully we'll get that going and keep things moving forward on the trail.
And the next meeting of the Pollyant Trail is?
On the third Wednesday, so it'll be next Wednesday. I think it'll be the 21st of August. So, and that's, oh, I can't remember where the meeting is at, but it's 3 o'clock, so we can get the information on where that meeting is. So we're going to wrap up here and come up with the final program here in just a few minutes. So we'll see you in a few. Thank you.
Hello, this is Iris Underwood at You'll Love It Lavender Farm. We've been here for 9 years, and you are watching OCTV. Thank you for viewing.
Hi, welcome back to Daybreak, our final session here with Susan Nasser, our village clerk, Joe Young, our village manager, and one of the things too that happened to the Planning Commission was the sign ordinance the other night.
They did. They finalized it, and now they're sending it for recommendation to the council to look for approval.
Yeah, and the ordinance has been worked on for a few years now to make it more friendly and easier to read and understand, and a lot of time and effort was put in it by members of the Planning Commission committee and the board itself, the commission itself. So we're looking to streamline it so it's easier to follow and understand and be consistent, because signage is very important to the success of businesses. It also affects how people view the village as a whole. So we want signs that are attractive and fit in with our historic character and charm. And there's a lot of changes on there. Again, it goes to the village council, and they'll be considering that over the next month for approval. There are some recommendation changes. One of them is the Pollyant Trail Bridge. Right now it's proposing that there not be any banners allowed on that, where currently there is. They're also proposing to eliminate the A-frame signs in front of businesses. And they're not proposing allowing any electric signs. However, all those could be requested on a special use variance should anyone decide to pursue that. So there's some options there, but the ordinance has been working a long time, and we'll look forward to getting that moving forward. And like I say, it's to be attracting people to businesses, but also to be attractive and fit in the character and charm, historic character and charm of the village. And we've got a mural too that possibly might be going
There's
up.
There's been some interest in putting up a new mural for creative embroidery. So look to see if that develops.
Yeah, well, she's got trees with
Letters on it.
Yeah, so fit in with her business
With
character.
her business with the embroidery.
Yeah.
So look for some new art in the village.
Yeah, that's a good possibility. Speaking of the village, I want to talk a little bit about the dispatch services. You may have read or heard that Lake Orion is contemplating merging or having us provide services for them. And they'll be deliberating later this month, as well as our council, that issue. And then the whole big issue has been discussed too about having local dispatch, and that's an item that was referred to the village attorney to come back with how it could legally be presented to the voters to consider at some future election regarding dispatch services. And because currently the village supports the dispatch by approximately $250,000 with general tax revenues out of our general operating millage. And so that's something, again, having local dispatch exclusive for Oxford is, I think I've done a show before about that. It's a choice that the taxpayers that they're paying, or the council's been approving to this point. So the council's contemplating possibly going to the voters to confirm whether they want to continue that local service that we have, of course, with our local police here in the village, which certainly has to be contributing to our low crime rate here, our safe community. So we're thankful to have that. Again, it's a very concentrated area. We're 1 square mile, so to have our own police and dispatch and our own DPW too, where we get our streets taken care of because we're the only customer out there serving our community. So that's advantage and the benefits of being in the village, but certainly it comes with a price. That's why their taxes are levied to provide those services for people that want to have those. So the council again is looking at possibly putting that to a vote of the people regarding dispatch. So one item we're looking at is a rental inspection program. Susan, you want to comment about that a little bit?
Oxford does have a large amount of rental homes in the area, and we're trying to make sure that the rental homes keep up to the standards of home ownership. So if we do have this new ordinance with the rental, we will have our code enforcement officer going out and making sure that all the safety features like fire alarms and safe drinking water and all of that is available in these rental homes, and making sure that the landscaping in the homes are up to code.
Right, and it's an ongoing issue and something the village council will again be considering. It's not in place, it's something that's being considered at this time, because certainly we want people to have safe homes and apartments to live in, and also we want it to be attractive and be an asset to the community, because it does affect the quality of living and also the value of your property. So there's many spin-offs to that program that the council will be considering, and we had some people comment about it. It is to cover the cost. It's not to make money. It's to make the community safe, the building safe, and to look good.
Keep attractive.
Right. So what's another item? And again, you can call Susan or I, or check the website for additional information. On a different note altogether, NODA, our North Oakland Transportation Authority, is looking to reduce their service area by almost 50%. Starting October 1, the NODA board approved where before we would go as far as Lapeer and let's see where else went into east of here also. So we had quite a 15 miles beyond our area is what it was. And we service Oxford and Addison and Orion townships as with the residents of those communities that meet the senior and income and other needs levels, including job for people who can't get to work. We do have ITT that TTI, excuse me, that we provide. They fund $200,000 to NODA to help pay for those costs. But they're looking to reduce the service because of cost. Our grant money is shrinking at the federal and state level, and looking to live within their means for that service. And all the people within those areas would be serviced, but going outside of those areas, they need to make other arrangements because of the cost of fuel and the time to go to those areas. So it's another item that will be looked at. Again, that was October 1st for that change. So we kind of hit a lot of points here, a lot of things going on in the village.
There are lots of things
We've
going
got
on in the village.
new businesses still proceeding. Matter of fact, the Irish pub is still moving forward, and I think they said they got a September closing date, I believe.
September closing date, so they might open shortly, by maybe possibly even by the end of the year or the beginning of next year.
Right. So we're
Our
excited
quilt
about
shop?
that. The quilt shop
is
hopefully
gonna
be
be open.
opening.
Yes.
Dub's Skateboard and Bike Shop is looking to relocate to Centennial Park from downtown on Washington Street to right next to the ice cream creamery.
Next to the ice cream.
So we got a lot of good things going on. An exciting, busy year here, and so we'll be back here probably next week with Daybreak to give you the latest updates. So with that, we'll close. Susan?
Yep. Make sure you get your tickets. Go see Wreck-It Ralph
All right.
next Friday.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Riley from Heavenly Paws Animal Rescue. I'm here with Weenie. Weenie was a 10-year-old dash hound who was overlooked online, but when seen, he was a loved match. So please, come to our next adoption event and take a look. You might be able to find your forever loved and take a pet home for its forever home. But I'm here today about something very serious. Never ever should you leave your pet in the car. On a beautiful 78-degree day for you and I, it can be 120 degrees in your car in just minutes. Leaving a pet in the car could cause suffering, disability, or even death. It's illegal to leave your pet in the car in 14 states. So please, don't leave your pet in the car. For OCTV and Heavenly Paws, I'm Riley. Appreciate your furry friend. Looking for a pet? Go to www.heavenlypawsofmichigan.com. Thanks.
I'm program director.
Production supervisor.
Producer, editor.
All right, Mr. Tweedle, are you ready?
We're rolling. I'm proud to be a producer here at Oxford Community Television.
I do science in the news and auto talk.
Politicians!
I'm sorry, I didn't say the right things. What do? I'm a jack of all trades.
Actually, I almost got to play a dead body. You made more money if you played a dead body.
He can do that.
Anything about broadcasting, I just really love.
I am OCTV.
I am OCTV.
I am OCTV.
President Roosevelt signed the Bill of Rights.
I've always appreciated the American Legion's
My gratitude to the American Legion.
Thank you all to the American Legion.
We have millions of veterans that are members of our organization. Thank you.
The American Legion. We serve America and its veterans. We pledge ourselves to our veterans, our youth, a strong national defense, and Americanism. These 4 pillars shape our work and what we do for America. There is power in our numbers. We're the largest organization of wartime veterans in the nation. We are 2.5 million members strong, men and women from every state in the nation and around the world. No other veterans organization wields this kind of power. We work relentlessly within our 4 pillars of service, and we succeed. The American Legion takes care of our fellow veterans and their families. We maintain close ties with Congress and the leaders in Washington, D.C. They respect us. They listen to us. We sponsor research and press for medical care and benefits for all veterans and active duty service members, whether they are members of the American Legion or not.
President Roosevelt signs G.I. Joe's Bill of Rights.
You've heard of the GI Bill of Rights, one of the most important pieces of social legislation of the 20th century. It was written and passed largely through the efforts of the American Legion. We were instrumental in the formation of what is now the Department of Veterans Affairs to make sure our veterans get the care and benefits they are promised and deserve. The young people of our nation are our future. They benefit from exceptional programs and generous scholarships that only the American Legion offers. We provide athletic programs like American Legion Junior Shooting Sports, Legion Baseball, and educational and civics programs like the Oratorical Scholarship Contest and Boys State and Boys Nation.
As Supreme Court Justice Hugo Black stated, the quality of justice that Americans receive should not depend upon the amount of money they have.
We promote citizenship and an appreciation of government. We have all been directly involved in our nation's defense as wartime veterans. We know what policies, tools, and manpower our military needs to protect this great country. We fight to get these things done.
We're all very grateful to have the American Legion on point.
We take our case all the way to the top in Washington, D.C. to ensure that America is prepared for any threat. We are patriots through and through. We believe in our flag and all that it stands for. Our Constitution, our Pledge of Allegiance, our way of life are all fundamental to maintaining our freedom and the standing that we have as the greatest country on earth. We promote and defend these values every day in communities across the nation. These pillars represent not just what we do, but who we are. We're here to serve our fellow veterans, their families, and all of America. We are here for them. We are here for you. The American Legion asks you to join us in our mission. If you share our vision and commitment to America, visit our website at legion.org or your nearest American Legion post today.